Hello everybody, I'm InTheLittleWood, also known as Martin. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to creative mode inside of Fortnite. So today I have got a brand new map made for you guys and you can now actually download it. So you'll see the code at the end of the video or you can find it in the description of this one because Epic have enabled me to share my creations with you all. And on top of that, keep an eye out in the next few days. On Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to upload a video of me playing a deathmatch with a few friends in the prison that I made, which you guys have just shown an unreal amount of support to, and that is when you can get a code to download that map and play on it for yourselves. So this one is based on a place that I know in real life. Like on this channel, I want to do one video a week where I recreate an existing location, whether it be real life or from a video game or a TV show, whatever it may be. And then on the other day, I want to make an original point of interest, and that's going to be the trend. So this one is a remake of the offices that I work at in real life. So if you don't know, I'm a member of a group called the Yogtowers. You might know them from back in the day from World of Warcraft videos, Minecraft and all that sort of stuff, but this is our new officers essentially. So it obviously doesn't look like this in real life. In fact, in real life it's about 4 stories tall in fact, and this is kind of, this entranceway here is where you would come in from if you took the steps. So I wanted to sort of take you around the map, explain what each room is and how I've styled it, and then kind of go from there, which would be cool. So first and foremost, you come out the staircase, or you would come out of one of these 2 elevators. Of course, like, elevators aren't quite this wide. It's not some kind of maintenance shaft, but you can't do half blocks in Fortnite, really. I could have put like a door in and stuff like that, but it just didn't feel right. Now, normally this reception area is very orange, like super orange walls, orange doors, orange everything, and just about here actually there is normally the Yogscast logo, but of course that's not something I can really make quite that easily, as well as, like, you know, these walls need to stay the correct colors on certain sides just so there's some kind of continuity in this place. So that's what this area is. So it's kind of like the welcome area. Through here we have our live stream room. So this one isn't actually the room that you stream from. This is where all of the information from that room through that door comes through, and it's all like the mixing desk and everything, and basically like where it's all administrated and all pushed out to Twitch all happens in here. So I've got, like, you know, double desk, which is kind of a standard prefab, got some monitors on the wall so for some extra flavor, some, you know, filing cabinets and things like that, and some water because Sam needs to be watered and fed at least once every 7 hours, just as a fun fact if you ever get yourself a Sam. Now, one thing you're going to notice if you are a regular on the Fortnite on the Yogscast streams is that when you come through this door, normally on the right hand side this is normally the green screen wall, but you'll see right here that it's over here simply because this block is very, very thick, and I found that when I put it right here you would open the door and you'd almost be immediately touching it right here, and it just felt a little bit claustrophobic. So what I've done with this room is I've basically done a total 180, so flipped its orientation around, and that's what we've got. Now I'm still sort of tinkering with these little bits here, but for now I decided to mount these cameras on on little filing cabinets. But what I did manage to do, and the reason it's not here is because I got rid of the roof, is I had a metal girder going across the roof and then had the cameras suspended from that, because you can get blank metal girders as well as ones with lights on from the brand new prefabs, which are, which ones is it? It is this one, right? I think it's like that one there with the lights and the bars and stuff like that, or really any of them, to be honest. So when you get the map, it will have a rooftop and everything, and it will have all of that. You got your 3 or 4 computers that you want for sitting down and playing a game, and that is that one. Now, there is one room in this entire office that I genuinely don't know what it looks like because it's the ladies' toilets. So I've only ever seen about this much of it, and I'm fairly certain there's this toilet stall right there. And then other than that, I just assume that it goes in a little bit. It covers the full length of the men's bathrooms, and you got, you know, mirror, shower, that sort of stuff. Could probably do with a little trash can there or something like that as well. And then of course you got the male bathroom, so, you know, 3 or 4 sinks, you've got 2 toilets, and then if we had urinals in Fortnite to use, I would have put those just here, but they don't exist unfortunately, so that's that. Alright, now we go through to here. So I think we should start by going this way and go up to all of the recording rooms, because this area is a bit more exciting. So normally when you go down here, there are a load of cupboards which contain, like, you know, mice, keyboards, you know, all the little bits and pieces that make the office run. So I put lockers here instead because that was the closest comparison I could make. And seeing as I've got lockers, I just thought, oh well, they look a little bit Jimmy, so I just thought, like, you know, rather than just having loads of lockers, I would break them up a little bit with the occasional bench in case people want to bring their gym gear along. Then we've got a staircase up, which isn't quite this large in real life, and then we have got the long corridor. Now, normally, this corridor all the way to the end is completely blue. Like, blue walls and everything. And I can find 1 or 2 blue walls inside of Fortnite, but then it breaks the trend of the walls and the windows and stuff. And in fact, quite like to have that there, actually. Let me give you a quick rotate. Quickly grab you, pop you on the edge as well. There we go, good. Right, so yeah, normally this is blue, but of course we can't do that inside of Fortnite. What would be nice is if we could have plain walls, and then we can choose what texture is on each side. That would be like an absolute godsend for people, which is good. So in here, we have got Hat Films' room. So Hat Films normally have their computers wrap in the corner somewhat. It's not the exact layout and shape, but it's just what I thought would fit nicely. And they do have like this cool like graffiti all over the walls. Is that red on that side? Oh, it's not, it's grey on that side, so that's why I've not done it, because otherwise that wall would then be inconsistent. But a bit of graffiti. Decided that their room has got a load of trash in it, because why not? There was a vending machine just here, actually. Was there one in the start area just here? Because if so, I want to grab it. Yeah, I think it despawned when I got rid of this wall earlier on, and it never came back. So let me pop the old vending machine back down here. There we go. I'm going to move you a little bit more into the corner. Hat Films having a tent in their office wouldn't be the weirdest thing ever either, by the way, so I decided that that was normal. Sleeping bag, because they work hard. A couple of screens on the wall, because they normally have a big old telly there. And then we move into the recording room. So this whole wall here, I've even tried doing this. It would be really cool if this was a thing, by the way. If you could, like, keep sprays on the wall. Like, if they could stay, that would be just a teeny little detail. I don't see them ever doing it, but it would be cool. But anyway, you move into these recording rooms. So all of these are pretty much identical. So I've kept them relatively minimal, because in real life, they are genuinely just a desk, a chair, a camera, and that's it. There's occasionally a little bit of, like, you know, stuff in the corner, but ultimately they are very, very plain and very, very empty. So that's what we've got going on here. So there are basically 6 of these. So you've got these ones which enter in from each side, and then from here you can only enter in from one side, and they kind of like run parallel to one another, which is quite cool. We have got another recording room 1 and 2 just there, and then over here we have what is basically our server room, essentially. So this is where like our internet hub is, and like all techie gadgety sort of stuff that all lives within here. And obviously we don't have, you know, a fiber rack or something in Fortnite, so I've just made it a little bit of a dump site. Speaking of dump sites, this room just completely full, to the brim with boxes. I'm going to try and fill this out just a teensy bit more, but for the most part it is just loads of boxes just doing their thing, and everyone is just chilling out and having a good time. So there you go. I don't think that one actually fell, to be fair. There you go. So basically I just wanted to have the illusion that when you look at it through the door, that this thing is like full. So like if you were to put a black roof on it now, when you're inside of it and you look in, you're like, oh yeah, okay, this room is rammed. Other than that, we have got what I've never been through this door in real life. Genuinely don't know where it goes. I think it's a fire exit, but could be wrong. But there's a little walkway here. I haven't bothered decorating the hallways because, you know, fire exits need to stay free of any clutter. And then we have this. This is actually how it is in real life as well. It is an open part of wall. And this goes into the editing area. So this is where all the editors reside. And the editors sort of have each of their desks, and they're sort of chilling out. Again, not that much in the way of decor in this room. It's just all business all the time. So that's kind of roughly how this area looks, which is good. Currently acting as a green room is the old Xbox On room. So at the minute, there's a little bit of plant life in there. They've got, I think it's fake plant life, to be fair. And then we've got, you know, some sofas, some screens up, stuff like that. I haven't gone too detailed with the decor because people, if they fight their friends inside of here, are going to destroy a lot of it very quickly. And I want there to be some like direct lines to one another and stuff, so that'll be good. You know, chalkboard up on the wall. This did used to be, this is a mixture actually, so this wall in real life is green, and these 2 walls here are yellow. The closest I could find to yellow was this wall, so I decided to throw that in. And then for consistency's purposes, with like the external walls being grey, I decided that I was going to just go for brick on the inside, so it was the same. Now this is obviously not in, like, it wasn't intentional, but it looks really cool, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave those little digital pads out there because it just kind of looks quite nice. And then we move on to the main office area, and I almost want to cover the rooftop over so you can get a real sense of like what this room is like. So let's do that real quick because it shouldn't actually take all that long. Now this isn't really how it is. It does have a tall roof, but I just genuinely couldn't remember the design of the roof. But also this room got very like closed off and just seems very dark otherwise. So if I just quickly cover over these final bits of the room back here, you can get an idea of what it's like to walk around the corner and make your way in to the main, I guess the pen, people call it in like, you know, journalism places. But look at this. Here it is. It's about as good as I can do. Those stairs are massive, by the way. But no, yeah, so basically we've got all of the people that work for the brand new company over here, which is pretty cool. Got a little chalkboard, stuff like that. And then over here we've got like, you know, like Lewis, and I think it's like Lewis, Shin, Duncan, and then around here you've got like Tom and Ben, Mark Humes, you got me previously, and then like Kath and Ryan and Miska used to be there, and there's just all these people that sit around. You got like Nina, people that do artwork and stuff, got Barry and Terps and all that sort of stuff. So basically just had like these rows of the double desks and then random bits of clutter behind them, just because there wasn't really any decent way of like filling the spaces really. So that's what this looks like. This is basically like Farm Central in here. Now these are actually in real life, so we do actually have like support beams. There is actually one that runs like straight through the middle here, and that's like that. And this rooftop here, by the way, isn't curved, but just for external and internal looks for my Fortnite map, I thought that looks quite nice. And same it goes again for this part here. So with this being such a big space, I just thought that it was just a little bit too blocked off. You couldn't really see a great deal, so put in a few windows on the side, a few windows over here, and that's kind of what that looks like. And then we move over to the kitchen. Now this kitchen has ended up being way longer than I ever kind of really anticipated. So I filled it out with a lot of stuff that doesn't exist in real life. So normally the start, like the end of the kitchen and the start of the pen, normally has a big fridge here, but I've sort of taken liberties and rearranged it. But the kitchen does reside here. We don't have an oven, unfortunately, but we've got that, and there definitely isn't a sitting TV area either. This wall is actually just lined with bins, like recycling regular, all that sort of stuff. And then again, I just had all this extra space that I didn't know what to do with, so I thought I'll just make what looks like a dark gallery. So there you go. Over here we do actually have a Christmas tree up at the minute, which is quite nice, and there's like another fridge like here. I probably could even pull one across if I really wanted to, so let's do a very slow potter along. Boop, there you go. And there's probably presents under the tree in real life. And then this wall here is actually, you will have seen it in videos, it's where all of our like 1,500,000 to 100k plaques are sort of like hanging on the wall, so from left to right. So we obviously don't have plaques in Fortnite, so I just thought I'll fill it up with random stuff, and it looks quite nice. This area is actually quite true to how it looks in real life. So you've got like, you know, a couple of tables, or I think in real life it's one long table with a couple of chairs around it, and you've got, you know, some bookcases at the end of it, which is quite nice. And then we have this room. So this is another one of our large recording rooms. You can see those girders that I was talking about. But this large recording room is where they film things like the poker night, most live action stuff, if they do D&D, all that sort of stuff all resides in this room. And there's a lot of stuff in here that doesn't exist in real life, like the cameras are sort of floor mounted and like, you know, on tripods and stuff. But I thought having them on each wall, like that one could capture the person head on, that one there could capture these two people here, that one there, vice versa, can capture these two people there. And yeah, that's basically it. I think that is the entirety of the Yogscast office. So if you ever wondered what the layout was like in your head, if you've never really known about it, I know some people were planning on making like a Trouble in Terrorist Town map, or like technically a Gmod map for it, and they never did. But you know, maybe this will help them out with their schematics. Now, one really important thing to point out actually is that this large courtyard area here, not even remotely this big in real life. It's probably only one tile big in real life, but given how I built the rest of the prison, I was just sort of left with this empty space. So in your build of the game that you'll all get, there are going to be like trees and rocks and maybe a pallet or two, just a nice little outdoor area that you can come out and chill, maybe put a few benches in there as well. But normally it is just kind of like a bit of a narrow middle column. It's basically just a void, but it does have windows looking into it, which is strange, but that is what that part is. So there you go, that's it. Let me know what you think to this. So again, thank you very much for all the support on the first creative video. If I get enough love on this one as well, I'll continue to recreate places and maps, and even of your recommendations as well. If you've got requests of things you would like to see me build, if you think I could do them justice, then let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, have a wonderful day. Be sure to give the code a go for yourself. I will show you how to redeem it real quick, because I don't think currently that's very obvious how to do in Fortnite. So what you want to do is you want to come over to here, and by the way, I have my name in the game. In everybody's lobby right now, I am a featured map, which is just unreal. So you can play on our map if you want to, or what you can do is you can come over here, set island code by pressing E, type in the code of the map, and then it will be available to you. So I'm going to pop that code on the screen right now. Have fun in it. I'm going to set it to be an elimination match, so it's basically just like a free-for-all death match essentially. So have fun with that. Send me a video of you playing on it if you happen to enjoy it. Let me know if there's any tweaks or changes you think I could make to it. Like if you decide that you could decorate it better, then absolutely go ahead. That'd be great. I'd love to see it. And then other than that, thank you very much for watching. Remember, my supporter creator code is in the Littlewood, so go to your item shop, click in the bottom right corner, pop my name in, and whenever you buy something with V-Bucks, it helps me out a lot. And yeah, have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.